How y'all doing? Today I want to talk to you about the future of this country and the vision that God has sent to me. I just want to have a little conversation and get some things out there. Okay, I'm about to start from I'm about to see what we're about to talk about. Okay, this world is a crazy world. Okay, this world is a scary world. This world that we living in, God is not pleased with this world. This world is an abomination. There's so many things going around in the world that are evil. That's against what the plan that God set out for life. We have people going against the plan of life, which is to reproduce, and they're becoming gay. They want to mess with the same sex. That's not natural. That's not right. God created man to be with woman and woman to be with man. Not for man to be with man and woman to be with woman. That's not how it is. That's not how it's supposed to work. Don't try to see that they're pushing the gay agenda on us. Okay? They're pushing the gay agenda on us in order to control the population. If everybody's gay, then there will be no more life will be responding. There will be no more babies being born because everyone's gay. Everyone's messing with the opposite sex. It's rare to find someone who's not accepting, homosexuality, or it's rare to. It's becoming rare to see heterosexual relations on TV. It's becoming rare to see heterosexual relations in our communities. Homosexuality is becoming more common. But what people really don't recognize is that homosexuality isn't only an attack on God, but it's also an attack on a family. Okay? The family. That's what they're planning, to attack the family, attack the household. At first they did it through the jail system by incarcerating parents, and the foster home system was used to break down the family. But now they're doing it through homosexuality. They got a new way. They're turning people gay. They're turning the kids gay. They're turning the the teenagers and young adults, they're turning them gay. So that way they're not having children. That way they're controlling the population. And while also controlling the population, they're also killing off a lot of the population, because from homosexuality, so many diseases stem from that. But I'm not even going to call them diseases. I'll call them curses. I feel like AIDS, that there are curses placed on mankind for indulging in such an abomination as having sex with the same sex. So many diseases spawn from that, and they know this. That's why they're forcing it, so that they can, number one, control the family, and number two, kill off the population. There's so many people on this world. We are in a famine. There isn't enough food to go around. They want control of this world. Okay? They want to control the world and control the people. They know that God is coming. The main thing, they work with the devil. They know that God is on his way. And when God comes, they trying to gather as much people as they can. There's a battle out here. There's a war out here. It's spiritual war going on. There's only one war going on. And everything else stems from this one initial war. And that war was started way in the beginning when God created the world and when God created Adam and Eve. That's when the world, that's when the war began. When Eve listened to the snake in the garden, it's the war between good and evil. It's the war between God and the devil. That is the only war that there is. There is no other wars. Okay? There's no other, there's no other problems in the world. It's only good and evil. Okay? There's God and the devil. Okay? Everything is in tools. There's God and the devil. There's Bloods and Crips, Democrats, Republicans. It's always a good versus a bad. You know? And they set that up like that. There's two main superpowers in the world. And that's America and England and the Queen. America and the Queen, they are the president and the Queen. They are the two superpowers in this world. Parliament and the legislative branch of America. They are the two main forces that's working in this world on the government orders. Yes. Let's get into this. So, question. What is the New World Order? Okay, what's the New World Order? First, you gotta break it down. What does New World actually mean? Two words: New, second, world. When Christopher Columbus discovered America, quote unquote, discovered America, he called it the New World. Okay. His British funded exploration led to many other voyages from many different countries to come and settle in this new world, quote unquote. Well, this is what they teach us in school. Helping to establish his beliefs of tolerance and acceptance of all freedom. Tolerance and acceptance of all, and freedom to do what thou wilt. Just as Aleister Crowley said, thou wilt should be the law of the land. But this is established since America's beginning. Since America's beginning, they knew that they was gonna run this quote unquote new world, America, as a place where people can do whatever they want from the beginning. And look what's going on today. People are doing whatever they want. People are getting away with murders. People are having sex with anybody, everybody, having sex with kids, animals. It don't matter. People just living life. They're doing whatever they want to do. And then they say, oh, I'm living my best life. Like, no. You're living a sinful life. You're living your most abominable life. That's what you're living. You're living a life that's full of abominations. Everybody's shaking their heads doing all this stuff, promoting sex and sin. It's not right. Okay? It's not right. Do it thou wilt. And freedom to do it thou wilt, just as long as it doesn't interfere with anyone else's freedom to do what thou wilt, or the order that is to one day be established across the world. Okay, let me read that. When Christopher Columbus discovered America, he called it the New World. His British founding exploration led to many other voyages from many different countries to come and settle in this new world, helping to establish his beliefs of tolerance and acceptance of all and freedom to do what thou wilt, just as long as it doesn't interfere or anyone else's freedom to do what they want. That's when you get the no hate and no judging. No, you shouldn't be judging people. That's the whole point. God wants you to judge people. How would they not know? How would people know what they're doing is wrong and an abomination if you don't judge them? If you don't tell them, you should judge your neighbor. You should love them, but you should judge them as well. Judge them. Judging is a form of love. That's showing that you care for their spirit. Judging is spiritual. You letting them know that, look, what you're doing is wrong. But they want to eliminate judging. They want you not to judge your neighbor. They want you to be tolerant and to accept any and everything that's being fed to you, force fed to you. They want you to accept it and be a consumer. They want you to just be a big consumer and gluttonous of the messages that they're trying to instill in you. They want you to accept it. Okay? They want you to shut up, sit down, and just take what they're giving you. But that isn't right. God wants you to judge your neighbor. He wants you to lead them in the right direction, which is towards God. But this world is pulling you away from God. That's the whole goal of this whole world, is to take you away from God. Now, what's going on? Okay, just as long as it doesn't interfere with anyone else's freedom to do what thou wilt, or the order that is to one day be established across the world, but will first be established from America. Now, what is the New World Order? The New World Order. America is the New World. It was known around the whole planet as at this time of its founding as the New World. Okay. Now, what's the New World Order? The New World, America order. The New World's order, the America's order to the whole world. Okay? The order that's coming from the new order, which will be starting in the New World, which is America, is going to start here and spread out throughout the world. Now, the question is, how would they get people to accept this new world? This new order? And the answer is, number one, they're already, all the big countries, the superpowers, they're already in on it. They're already a part of these secret organizations and things they're setting the new world order in place. But how they're going to get the citizens of the other worlds to come, the sheep of the other world, to come in and accept this new world order? Now, how they're going to do that is through money, through trade. Okay. Now, question: what rules the world? Answer: money. Well, it's actually the wrong answer. Money is only a means to control the people of the world, and is a testament to that, as well as a tool used to establish what really controls the world, which is trade. Trade controls the world. What controls human existence? What fuels human existence? Easy interaction. Okay? Trade is what keeps this world functioning. It is also a symbol of just what the New World Order sets out to achieve: interdependence. Global interdependence under one system that calls for one people, one religion, one government, one loving sovereignty. Okay? One loving society. The goal of the world is to become one. That is the goal. That is the New World Order. It's actually a one world order. They want to make one government. Okay? One type of people. One religion. Okay? They're going to form this new government. It's going to be made out of all the countries of the world. They're going to come together. We're talking about bigger, better than NATO. They said NATO can't touch this. This is going to be big, I'm telling you. They're going to connect all the world. They're going to connect the world. And I'm going to get more into that later on. But, Yeah, they're trying to make one loving society, a society under love, quote unquote. Trade, what does trade do? Trade connects many people from many countries via their desire and necessity to have what the others have in order to further the existence of their own country or slash company. This can be seen at work at a small scale in soda industry as well, which is like Pepsi. Um, Pepsi would not be able to ship their soda out of the factory and, and out to the stores and get it into the hands of the customers without the plastic and tin industry, which is how they make their bottles. These industries provide them with the materials they need to package their product so that it can be sold and they can gain a profit off it. This same system can be seen in many other industries as well. The one world connectivity established by trade isn't without flaws. Some people take more than what they give. Others are completely robbed of their resources, and most are excluded from the system completely. Okay, now think about it like this. Okay, we the people are being robbed. We're being robbed of our blessing, of our God-given blessing of innocence. You know, of righteousness. You're born clean. Okay, but we're being robbed of that, and we're being given these images. You know, of how to live. Your government tells you how to live. They tell you what choices you have to make. You know, they lead you in the direction that they want you to go in. We're being robbed. Okay. Now, furthermore, what country utilizes trade system more than any other in the world? America. America is the whole of the world. You have all types of people coming in and out of America. People are coming in and out of America, in and out of us. You know, that's the whole of the land. Okay. America is a whore. America trades with more countries than any other and even acts as a middleman between countries that don't trade with one another so that both can acquire goods and the needs from the other. America has developed a come one, come all mantra that has earned it the name Global Solvent. America is always happy to accept and always appearing to be giving. From the beginning, America has utilized acceptance and false giving as one of its strong suits. People of all nations, religions, hierarchies, creeds, and colors are welcome to come to America with the promise of being able to practice whatever beliefs they want as long as it doesn't come against the order that is to be established. Which it isn't, because that is actually a part of the order to bring in all these different religions, you know, and let them see, okay, we're all equal, which is going to help them come together, which is what they want to form one religion. Okay? But we're going to get more into that later. People, when a nation's leader tries to come against the order, that nation's people will be removed from the New World unless they have already pledged allegiance to the New World already. World War One. Okay. Now, what was World War One? World War Two. The Allied powers versus Axis powers. All nations that have pledged allegiance to the induction of the New World Order in the way which it is to be enacted upon the masses. That's the Allied powers, the Axis powers. All nations that have pledged allegiance to the induction of the New World Order but rebel against the way it was being inducted in order for these nations to take the position of supreme ruler of the world for themselves. There is no left and right. These are just two sides of the same coin, right? There are no Allied and Axis powers, they work together. Okay, these wars are orchestrated. Okay, there's no Democrat and Republican. They are one party. It's all the same thing. Okay. There are no Bloods and Crips. They're all the same gang. They're all founded by the same person. There are no opposing sides. There's no Eastern and Western Conference. They are all one. They come together and make one thing. It's all one thing. We're just being deceived into separation. Separation is not a thing. There is no black and white. We're all just people. You know. But there's only one thing that is separate, and that's good and evil. That's God and the devil. And people are choosing their side every day, letting it be known that they are more attached to the world than they are to God. They rather hang on to the world than go and then let go and search after God. Now back to the duality, whatever. Democrats and Republicans. This is false duality. Democrats and Republicans are the same thing. They just represent two separate standards set forth by the same source that appeal to contradict each other in order to reach a common goal. The people, hashtag sheep, are given the sense of fake dominion over the government. We are the government giving them power to vote and choose what standard they wish to be governed by. Another thing, I'm happy I get to this point. Democracy, okay, a republic, it gives people a fake sense of control. We have no control over the government. It makes us think that our vote counts or whatever, all these things that they promote, every vote counts and like justice and liberty for all. There is no justice. There's no liberty being given to nobody. You have no choice. You have no control over your government. They control you. They put these candidates out there. And you just basically decide, you just vote on which side of the same coin that you rather be running you. What you want, heads or tails running you. Because either way it's the same thing. You're going to get the same results no matter what. No matter what you choose, because you're not in control. Either way the system wins and the governed lose. No matter who you vote for, the New World Order will be enacted and accepted by the masses. Keep in mind, both parties live in the same house, which is the legislative branch, okay? Both of these parties come together to form the legislative branch, okay? Both of these parties make up the House and the Senate and the Representatives. Okay, part 2. Next thing. Every war was either part of the initiation of the New World Order or a conflict caused by a country choosing that they no longer want to be a part of the New World Order and to shut down a group of individuals that are against the New World Order or wish to expose its true meaning. America is seen as a staple of what a country should be. Its prestige gives it power. Its control over people using its illusions, patriotism, and the American dream, which causes people to accept a system that would have them chase after an unattainable goal while unattainable without acceptance of the New World Order beliefs and order. Hold on, let me go ahead. Okay. Its prestige gives America is seen as a staple of what a country should be. Its prestige gives it power. Its control over its people using its illusions and patriotism and the American dream makes it feared while also drawing in many people from all over the world who are willing to comply to the New World Order in order to achieve prosperity, salvation, and worldly successes. Now, what is the American dream? Okay? American dream is a system that causes people to accept the New World Order and a system that's set out for them. It makes them want to be a part of a system that was put out to them in order to achieve a goal or a dream that is unattainable. Okay? Well, at least it is attainable without the acceptance of the New World beliefs and order. Okay? The American dream is set up to make you chase after this false goal, you know, this illusion. Okay? And that's another way to make you, to pull you away from God and draw you more into the system that they tell you that you must comply with in order to succeed in this country and in life. Okay? It pushes prosperity, salvation, and worldly success. All things that God tells you to be aware of, you know. God warns you about being too connected to the world. Okay, he says, a man who has the love of the world does not have the love of God inside of his heart. Okay? You must hate the world in order to love God. Prosperity. Now, prosperity that the world pushes is like wealth, having money, having, you know, all these worldly things, when that isn't what prosperity really is. Prosperity is having salvation in the eyes of the Lord. You know, it's being righteous in the eyes of the Lord. That is prosperity. Having God's love is prosperity. Not having a nice car and all this money and all this. That's not prosperity. That's not prosperity at all. You know? This world is tricking you. Okay? A friend of the world is an enemy of the Lord. America does all this accepting without judgment, but not without having a bigger agenda in play. The main countries of the world, the main countries of the world, the leaders of these countries, are already in accordance with the New World Order. But America will blackmail the rest of the world and those not knowing the sheep into accepting this New World Order by stating that since I have accepted you and all your beliefs and traditions and resources as well as services, it is only fair that you accept this order and follow it accordingly. In fact, you owe it to America. We're going to get into that later on. But in fact, you owe it to America to accept this New World Order. You owe it to the New World to accept this order that is going to place on you, since it accepted you. It accepted you. It accepted your religion. It accepted your beliefs, your customs, your culture, all of that. It accepted you, which it didn't. But this is what America's going to say to the other sheep from around the world. And the sheep of America are going to go along with it. They're going to say, how dare you not comply with us? How dare you not want to join us when we accepted you since our beginning? Which haven't, you know, people have been discriminated against, all that. You know, we haven't accepted. There's no such thing as equality and all this in the world. But they're going to be like, we gave you equality. We gave you the freedom to do whatever you want. When your country wasn't allowing you to practice your religions, where did you come? We were your refuge. You know, you took refuge in us. And all we ask is that you comply with our order. Right? The New World Order is starting here, but it's going to be spread all around the world. And we're going to get more into what the New World Order entails later on. Okay. Now they're going to say it's only fair that you accept this order and follow it accordingly. In fact, you owe it to America to accept this one request, since it has without argument accepted all of yours and allow you to embrace and obtain all your desires through our systems of education, healthcare, and right of ownership and property, and to monetize your services. Okay. New World Order. The New World Order. The order that was established in the New World during its founding, and that will evolve the whole evolve into the new world. No, that will evolve the new world into the whole world under one government, one leader, one established religion, a religion that isn't in accordance with any of the old religions, quote unquote. The old religions are the religions of the Old Testament, the religions of the Bible. They're trying to get rid of the Bible. They say that Christianity is an old religion. They want to start a new age religion, quote unquote new age, which is why you get these new age churches and all this new age stuff, spirituality. It's all devil worship. It's all working with spirits and all that. The new age stuff is fraud, self fraud. It's all to pull you away from God and make you believe that you are God, which you are not. No man is God. We are made in God's image, but we are not God. Established religion, one world into a whole world order under one government, one leader, and one established religion, which is a religion that isn't in accordance with any of the old religions and is in fact a total contradiction to them. A religion under the devil and against the one true God. Okay? The new religion that we're going to be indoctrinated with is going to be Luciferianism, but covered. It's going to be masked Luciferianism, and everybody's going to accept it. The New World Order is the order given to the world from the New World, which is quote unquote New World Order from America. Okay, now, what is entitled aside this New World? Let's go and talk more into acceptance. Let's talk more into the tolerance that's being pushed in this world. Now, it's all part of an agenda, which I call the love agenda. It's a love agenda. They want you to love. Love is the great deception that God has warned us about. There's a great deception going around, and it's called love. Love is a great deception. They twist it. God is love. But they taken love and they turned it into a passageway through which tolerance and acceptance of all things can be allowed, when that's not what love is at all. Love is teaching someone what's right and bringing them up in the way of God. That is love. Bringing them up in the way of righteousness. That is love. Love isn't accepting them for their wrongs. Love is helping them correct their wrongs. Love isn't tolerance. Love is discipline and obedience. Obedience to God. That is love. Love isn't overlooking someone's flaws. Love is helping them fix their flaws. That is love. Okay. But now they have created this new love, this new quote unquote love, which is an initial love. It's a whole new love, and it's a love agenda. What is the love agenda? Love agenda. Create a world where people believe that life is hard and the world is cruel. Create an illusion of separation, class systems, and fear of being left behind. Okay? These are all steps in the love agenda. You want to make people believe that the world is full of hate. Okay? You want to make people believe that they're different, that they're separating, that there are different class systems in the world. That poor and rich are two different people, that we're not just people. Next step, after you create these problems, what's the next step? You offer a solution. Okay? First you make the people believe that these problems exist. Then you offer them a solution. Okay? Offer a solution to the problems that the people believe exist and the fear you have established within them. Love. Love will be the remedy. Love will be the solution. Love is the remedy needed to heal a world plagued with hate. And we're going to get more into this later. This is very important, okay? Now, that saying that, okay, love is the solution to this world plagued with hate. It's saying, if you love the gays and the pedophiles and the blasphemous, they will feel less like outcasts and feel as if they are one with the rest of society, therefore allowing them to use the most, therefore allowing the society and the rulers of the society to use the most valuable renewable resource available, which is human energy. That's what this whole thing is about, human energy. Human energy is the most powerful force on the planet. Okay? In order to add to the betterment of society via the services they will be able to provide. If they can get you to accept these people, that's bringing more people into the workforce, was making more slaves, more sheep, more people that's not with God, you know, that's in the system and not with God. The more you accept the gays and all these other people who doing things that God tells us not to do, but if you accept them, if you go against your Bible and you accept these people, right, and you tolerate them and their beliefs and their customs, then you're helping the new world order get initiated by bringing them into society, and you helping them offer more human energy to the process which is being placed on us to keep the illusion going. What's the message? If everyone learns to love, there would be no hate. Right? That's what they're pushing right now. Now, what's next? Is once you offer love as a solution, that's why you see love. You see love promoted at the Super Bowl. Love is being promoted everywhere. Love, love, love. Right? Next thing you do is present them with a leader who offers the solution. Okay. Now, next thing, after you offer them a solution, you give them a leader who will be the face of the solution that they believe they need to resolve the issues they believe they have. This new leader's mantra will be, let love prevail. That would be his new mantra, aka his presidential slogan. Okay? He will preach tolerance and acceptance in the ridding of anyone who is against his beliefs. Now, this brings me into the next thing I'm about to talk about, which is the big three, which is Trump, Obama, and the Great Wall. Now, what all these things really symbolizes? Okay, what these things mean. Now, once you force people to believe that there's so much hate in the world, then you offer them love. Love in the sense of tolerance, right? You're teaching them to tolerate things that the Bible says you should not take part in. You bring them away from God and bring them into the world. Okay? Now, what's the other agenda that they're pushing? We're gonna get into the bit three later on, but let's get into this other agenda that they're pushing on us. I'm looking for next agenda. The black agenda. Ooh. This agenda is going on right now in our world. The black agenda, okay? The black agenda. Now, we're going to get into this before we get into the big three, okay? Now, what is the black agenda? Okay, now, the black agenda, number one, it has 3 goals, okay? The 3 goals of the black agenda is to, number one, create separation, okay? Number two, reestablish hate and false hate. Okay? Reestablish a sense of hate. Okay? Number three, to indoctrinate and enslave the people, the citizens. Okay? Now, what's going on? Now we see this new thing going on with the blacks in America, right? We see different things happening from the governor of Virginia in the EVMS, the Eastern Virginia Medical School yearbook, with the return of blackface, right? We see Charles Gambino acting like Jim Crow, you know, running away from the white people. We have the movie Get Out, right? Now, what's going on? Step one, death of the black celebrity, right? That won't even, hold on, wait, that won't even step one. First step was the reinitiation of tolerance of killing of innocent people, right? Trayvon Martin. We have all these other cases, right? Where people are getting killed by police, by law enforcement. And I ask you, who do you call? Who do you call to for help when the people who are supposed to be helping you are the ones that's killing you, right? Who do you call? But they starting back to like do these racist things, you know, to create false racism, to create a sense of racism. Most of the murders that's going on have been staged. I'm telling you, most of these quote unquote murders have been staged in order to re-rise the racism, to re-rise racism and reestablish racism as separation. These murders have been staged. These people are sacrifices. They're sacrifices. They're not martyrs. They're sacrifices. Their murders have been set up. Now, while they're doing this, they're initiating a new plan. The next step in the black agenda, which is to destroy the black celebrity. So destroy the idols that you give the black kids to look up to, destroy them. We have celebrities getting locked up left and right. All types. NBA Youngboy, Lil Baby, 21 Savage, all these talking about getting deported. All these people is getting locked up. We have the discretion of Bill Cosby, the discretion of Michael Jackson, the discretion of R. Kelly. They're breaking down the black man. They're breaking down the black idols. Okay? They're tearing apart the black community, right? You know, quote unquote black community, because there isn't no black and white. We're all just people. But at the end of the day, they're trying to destroy the community, the black community, by taking away their idols, right? They're trying to destroy the celebrities. Now, there's two sides to this, in my opinion. I believe that this is God's work, as well as I believe this is a part of the government. I mean, the new order, the initiation. But I feel like this is God's work, because, and a sign of the times, because I take it as God destroying the idols that we have set up for ourselves, right? Just like Joshua, just like Moses and Joshua destroyed the idols that the Israelites made in their absence, right? When Moses went up on the to talk to God, when he came back, he seen that the Israelites had created idols, right? And God's taught us against idols. He says, do not create any idols, okay? Do not praise things that do not live, okay? God tells us, do not praise non-living things. Do not praise is one of the commandments, to not worship any other gods except for the one true God, okay? But we have set up these idols, these quote-unquote celebrities that we worship and we praise. We spend all our money to go and travel to see these people. We buy their albums, we buy their stuff. We want to look like them, dress like them, talk like them, live like them. We are idolizing these people. We worship them. They are our gods. These celebrities are gods among us. They're like the pharaohs of the past times. They're like the pharaohs and Pharisees. That's exactly what these celebrities are. We bow down to them. We worship them. We give them our money. Okay? We give them our, we let our spirit follow them. And God, and this is wrong. God said, do not do that. God said, do not make for yourself idols. Now that's why I think that it's God's work that these celebrities are being destroyed, right? But they're also being created just as fast. You know? And I think their destruction is a sign that is a warning sign, like, okay, this is our last chance. We see that the celebrities are getting destroyed. Break out of the trance. But that's just how I see it from like a God's work perspective. But on the other side, the New World Order perspective, I see it as a part of creating racism and separation, you know, and the destruction of the black community and all that, right? As a part of the separation plan and the segregation plan and all that, you know, they're planning to re-rise of racism and all that. Now, we have the revival of racism and white supremacy, right? These are all things that you see them popping up more often. Okay. Now, what is the future for the blacks, quote slash Israelites of America? That's easy. What do they plan to do? They plan to wipe out. Now, you got to understand the difference between a Christian and an Israelite. What is an Israelite? An Israelite is anyone who believes in God, who follows the word. The Israelite were a mixed multitude. There's multiple people, mixed people. Okay? It wasn't just one type of person. Israelites moved together in a group. It's basically Christians, right? It's basically the name of Christians before Christ came. Right? The Christians and Israelites are the same thing. Okay? And it's all types of people. It's not just black people or, you know, it's not that at all. Now, it's not just the people from the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, because as the 12 tribes moved throughout the land, they were bringing people in. People were following them because they seen that they had God's glory on their side. So those people became part of the family or part of the Israelites. Okay? And just like Jesus said, whoever follows him is his mother, his brother, his sister. It's his family, right? Whoever has faith in Jesus becomes his family. And that's basically what the Israelites is as a group, okay? Now, what is the future of the Israelites of America? Easy. Death, deportation, enslavement, and mutilation. They're going to kill us. They're going to kill the Christians, okay? Because our beliefs in the Bible are not in line with what they have set up for the world, okay? They're going to get rid of us. The treatment of Israelites in America is about to face a huge shift. It will start with lower class. First, the government will assist the lower class. The government assistance to the lower class will be revoked when the government and all its powers are given to the military. The blacks and other Israelites will be killed, enslaved, and removed. Okay? Now, by that, I mean that the next up, they're going to take away public housing, like Section 8. They're going to take all of that away. The plan is to wipe out the lower sections, right? They're going to wipe out the sections of 7, 8, and 9. They're going to wipe out those sections. Okay? And all the believers of God in the Bible of those sections, they're going to wipe them out. They're taking out the Christians because they know that the Christians have been forewarned about the mark of the beast that they're about to initiate, right? That they already began initiating, and that we're not going to accept that. Well, a true Christian will not accept that. A true Israelite will not accept that. A true child of God won't accept it. And they won't conform to the New World Order, which will lead to them dying. Right? Now in this book I have called The New World Order by Ralph Epperson, it talks about how those who don't comply with the New World Order will be killed. I'm trying to look for it. It talks about, I get into it later. Probably, that's like something for another video. But yes, they're gonna kill off the people who, refuse to follow with the order. Now back into the black agenda. We have the rise of racism. We can see the rise of patterns that used to be apparent during the times of extreme racism. We see black males being killed by cops, and the cops getting away free, and still keeping their jobs. We are witnessing mass murder of Israelites in public places. We are witnessing Israelites being given less and less work opportunities. We are seeing more and more Israelites being arrested. Israelites, men at that, okay? Men, women too, but the main target is men. Okay, you wanna know why? Because they want to destroy the family. Man is known as the head of the household, okay? Woman is his partner. They come together with their child to raise their child, to form a family, okay? But we have men being offered less opportunities in the workplace and being arrested and killed, or, you know, Israelites are being mocked and toyed. They're being mocked and toyed with and denounced, right? What you see on TV and in the magazines, you have black males being presented as gay, okay, feminine, okay, little black boys and girls, little Israelite boys and girls being dressed up as the opposite sex. Have 11-year-old transgenders. That's not natural. That's not right. No. Now you can't tell me that a kid knows what sexual orientation. Like, that makes no sense. They're being fed that. You're not born like that. That is an option that the world presents to you and you accept. That's something that's forced on you. Now this year, 2019, the month of February, which is quote unquote Black History Month, was filled with a lot of mocking of Israelites and Israelite American culture and the hardships that the blacks had to undergo to receive a more lenient form of segregation. I seen a lot of mocking, and a lot of false history being put out during Black History Month. We see black celebrities being shown to be weak at the hands of racist police. We see that these people that we hold are idols being seen as weak and being unable. We see them for what they really are, which are tools of the system, right? And that they must all bow down to the system no matter what. No one is above the law. Okay? What's next in the book? Okay, next thing. The next agenda that they're pushing out. We have the love agenda, the black agenda. Now we have the woman empowerment agenda, okay? The first thing they're attacking is the family, okay? That's their first victim. Now, this system right here, the woman empowerment, right? They're trying to make a divide between woman and man. Their goal is to make woman more manly and man more feminine, okay? It's like how all these men walking around being gay and dresses and stuff, and all these beautiful women dressing up as men. Yeah, dykes and gay woman marrying woman. You know, women talking about how man has wronged them, right? And how they don't need equality and all this, but we were made equal. Man and woman are two halves of one body. But they make it, their plan is to make it seem as if women aren't on the same level as men, right? They want to turn women into man. They want women to be the head of the household, messing up the order of the family, okay? They want to, first they did it by destroying the family, right? They destroyed the family for decades, right? Locking black men up, locking men up. So that way, that established a sense of manlyhood inside the woman. Like, it made them have to go out and be a provider for their children. It made them have to be the foundation of the home since the man was no longer there, right? And they did this for generations. Now, they're putting the woman in the forefront. And they're feminizing the man. Now they're working on feminizing the man. They already masculinated the woman. Now they're trying to feminize the man. They're making the man feel weaker than a woman. And they're pushing the woman to the forefront. And the other thing they're doing, they're telling the kids, they're making the kids think like adults. They're sexualizing kids. Having little boys and girls choose their sexuality. Like, come on now. They're sexualizing the kids. They're teaching the kids to be like adults and do whatever they want. And they're using the kids to establish a sense of do what thou wilt. Right? Telling the kids that they can be whatever they want to be. Right? The feminism movement. The Me Too. That's a part of the feminism movement. The establishment of all these women inside of our legislative system. There's nothing wrong with that. That's great, but at the end of the day, people not seeing it for what it's really meant to be. It's part of pushing the feminist agenda, okay? Which is a branch of the agenda of separation, separating man and woman, okay? You have women being pushed constantly, you know, pushed on the children. On the children, you have women at the forefront He pushing women to the forefront and having men be feminized and shown as gay and weak, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with women having positions of power. Now, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just that people aren't seeing it for what it really is. They just taking it for the surface, but they're not seeing what's really going on, right? The feminism agenda is all an agenda to break down the family. It's an attack on the family. It's an attack on God, okay, in God's order. Next agenda, we have the gay agenda. Okay? The gay agenda is being pushed so heavily. Okay? We all over social media. I had to get off of social media because you cannot turn on your TV, you can't turn on your phone without seeing a gay woman or a gay man, or drag queens, all this stuff that is great abominations that God speaks against. You cannot turn on your phone without seeing the sexualization of children. Children are being sexualized and put out there as adults. Right? You have children doing things that adults do. Right? Little kids wearing makeup, dressing up as grown people. We have men wearing wigs, right? And they disguise it as comedy. They disguise it as like funny or internet joking. No. Okay? Have you heard of satire? Satire? Satire is taking something that is serious, right? And making a comedy out of it in order to get a point across. That's what we're witnessing. We're not witnessing comedy. We're witnessing satire. Satire. They're taking a serious problem, an agenda, and they're making it funny so that we accept it more. It's easier to laugh than it is to cry, right? It's easier to accept than it is to give. Okay? They're masking, they're putting this comedic mask on an issue, on an agenda that they want to push onto us. And that when we laugh, we're accepting it. Okay? When you laugh at that man on your phone, on Facebook, wearing a wig, joking, that's gay. Look at it for what it is. Okay? There's an abomination. God speaks against that. God says man should not wear woman's clothing. And a woman should not wear the clothing of a man. A man should not assume a woman's role. And a woman should not assume a man's role. That is against God's order. That is the beginning of the breakdown of the family. That creates an imbalance, which also goes down to the children and create an imbalance in the children. And the children are the future. The children are innocent. And to teach the children wrong is the biggest sin of all, because you're corrupting them. Our society is corrupting our children. It's corrupting the future. It's corrupting our minds. It's corrupting the teens, the young adults, the people who are lost, and it's guiding them in the wrong direction. It's guiding them away from God, away from the church. Okay? Away from the Word of God. Now, what is The gay agenda is being pushed heavily, okay? Now back to the bit three. I want to talk more about the bit three. What is the bit three? The bit three is Trump, Obama, and the last, right? They are the bit three. Trump, Obama, and the last, right? And by the last, I mean the last leader of this world, okay? After Trump, there's going to be one more president, and he's going to be the last leader before God comes back, okay? God's going to come back during his term and destroy the world. The world will be destroyed, okay? We don't have much time left. The time is coming soon. It started with Obama now. I'm going to tell you about the big three. Trump, Obama, and the last. But before I get to the last, I'm going to replace the last with the Great Wall. Okay? Trump's Great Wall. Now, Trump, Obama, and the wall are all connected and help to ensure the other's agenda is successfully fulfilled. They all work together. Okay? Obama was set up to ensure that Trump's motives and purpose would be fulfilled without resistance. Okay? What did Obama symbolize? For blacks, he symbolized hope and a long-awaited desire being fulfilled, which was a black president, right? He was history in the making, right? For once, a black man ruled the nation that ruled the world. He represented the reestablishment of black people at the forefront of having power, okay? He was the false hope, okay? He was the hope. Obama represent hope. Obama symbolized to blacks the acceptance of blacks from the whites, okay? The false whites. He symbolized the end to the false illusion of separation, okay? He was a false end to a false problem, okay? He was mixed. Inside him was a combination of black and white. To America, he represented the unity of whites and blacks. Republicans as well as Democrats, blacks as well as a huge amount of whites voted for Obama, okay? Everybody loved Obama. Okay. Now, what did Obama mean to the order? Okay. Obama was meant to be a symbol of false hope. He was supposed to represent to the sheep hope that one, racism was no longer an issue, and that America was beginning to usher in a new age of prosperity. Under his presidency, the total opposite had happened. Okay. On the surface, he was supposed to be the face of America ushering a new age of prosperity, you know, and unity. But during his term as president, the exact opposite happened, okay? Racism prevailed and flourished under the mask of equality, though. This is all happening under the mask of unity. Racism was flourishing and prevailed more than it had in a long time. Cops were killing blacks left and right without punishment. Okay? All in all, Obama was meant to be a symbol of hope, acceptance, and unity. He was to act as a prototype to see how the world would react to having an accepting, friendly, but assertive president/ruler. He was meant to be used to test the waters for the ruler that would be the last of the big three. He also was used to kickstart some of the principles and freedoms that the final president will initiate. like acceptance of all religions by letting refugees and Muslims into the country, acceptance of homosexuality. Before he left the chair, he made it legal for gays to marry. This to me symbolized that this country wasn't one nation under God at all. Okay, because God speaks against homosexuality heavily. God speaks against homosexuality. That this nation wasn't one nation under God at all. Well, at least not under the God that I believe in, right? This nation can't be under the God of the Bible. He tried to initiate one healthcare agency called Obamacare, which would allow all people to be able to have affordable health insurance, which is the one. It's all about one. They want to have one government, one healthcare system, one president, one leader, one world, one source where you get all your services fulfilled. Okay. Obama was used to see how the country would respond to a ruler / president who used unity as his main message. Okay. His mantra was "Yes, we can." Okay. Further emphasized his role as a sign of hope. Okay. Yes, we can. He was supposed to be hope. Okay. He showed the rulers of the world that there was hope of the final president being accepted. Okay. While he showed us that it was hope of America, coming together and being unified, of having prosperity. He showed the leaders of the world that the new leader would be welcomed and loved by the citizens through the response the country had to his 8-year reign / presidential term. His mantra also signified, yes, we can initiate the new world order. Okay. Now, next president after him was Donald Trump. Now, if Obama was the prototype for the last, right? Donald Trump was the anti-type. Now I'm about to get into Donald Trump. Donald Trump, aka who I believe is the last trumpet. Donald Trump is the most powerful and most important part of the plan to place the Antichrist into the presidency. Donald Trump is the anti-type because he is meant to symbolize the total opposite of the prototype, which is Obama. Donald Trump started his campaign based off the promises that he would reverse the damage, quote unquote, left behind from Obama's presidential term and make America great again. While Obama pushed unity, Trump pushes separation, isolation, and nationalism. He wants to take American businesses out of other countries and make America an homegrown country. He wants to remove all the people who aren't citizens of America. He wants to reestablish the class system that Obama tried to eliminate by making the rich richer and the poor poorer and keeping the middle man happy. Donald Trump is being used to see how the country will respond to a president that is completely different from the last. Donald Trump's purpose is to make Americans regret losing Obama. Okay? Just like you heard Kendrick Lamar say in this To Pimp a Butterfly, he said, "We lost Barack and promised to never down him again. Is America honest as we bask and say?" Donald Trump was meant to be a symbol of hate, to make us want that president who was a symbol of love once more. Okay? Donald Trump's purpose is to make Americans regret losing Obama and to make them wish for another Obama. His presidential term was meant to set the stage for the last to come into power, okay? He's setting the stage, okay? He just smoothing out the surface, okay? For the last president to slide right in, okay? Right under our nose. And to initiate his agendas, okay? And his plan and his role in the order without facing any refuge, any resistance. Donald Trump is the last trumpet, the final warning to all the followers of Jesus Christ and God to claim their spot in heaven by accepting Jesus as the Savior. He will get the stage as Savior. He will set the stage for the last. Donald Trump was the sign that the time is here, okay? God is on his way. God is coming, okay? So prepare. Accept your God right now while you have a chance, because big things are about to happen in this country that we never seen happen before. Things are about to get shaken up. By ending his presidency with the construction of a wall, quote unquote, the border that separates Mexico from America, which is actually used to shut us in. They're not trying to keep immigrants out. They're trying to shut us in. This is only the first wall of many. Okay? This is only the first wall of many. Now, think about it like this. If the wall wasn't meant to symbolize something much greater than separation of immigrants from Mexico, if they really wanted to keep immigrants out that bad, why didn't they come up with something more technical, Walls are basically useless in this world that we live in. We have tanks and all this extra stuff, that can break down walls, but it's not about the wall. It's about what it symbolizes, okay? The wall actually isn't going to keep anybody out, okay? By ending his presidency with the construction of a wall that would symbolize everything he was programmed to stand for, this wall will allow for the last to come into power by breaking down the wall, proclaiming himself as the new symbol of hope and unity, as well as the symbol of love, okay? Donald Trump's wall is a symbol of hate, okay? The new president will break down the wall and establish himself as a new symbol of love and hope and acceptance and tolerance, okay? He will promise to erase Trump's aura of hate and replace it with the all-accepting presence of love, okay? The last will be a homosexual, okay? Our last president will most likely be a transgender, okay? A transgender female to male president, okay? And he will be dating a man. America will have its first man. Instead of first lady, it'll be a first husband. Something like that. It's all reversed. And, it's all confusing because it's going to be a female to male transgender dating a man, okay? Who will be the first husband of the White House. This man will also have foreign descendants, Like he will be brought up from foreign roots. Most likely Mexican roots. Hispanic roots. He will be a transgender. Okay? And he will be gay. And he will come in with creating a sense of love and acceptance for all, because that's what the LGBTQ community is all about: love and acceptance and tolerance of people and their unclean beliefs and their abominations, against God. The LGBTQ community is about pushing the gay agenda and breaking down the family. Okay? Now, Obama. What was Obama? Obama established world's belief in love, unity, and acceptance, okay? Obama established the world's belief in love, unity, and acceptance, right? And made Trump symbolizes everything wrong with America: greed, racism, capitalism, he was egotistical, and etc. Most people believe they need to reestablish the principles set forth by Obama, which is where the last come in. Most people believe that in order to heal the country and to make up for Trump, we need another Obama. Okay? The resolution. Okay? The last. The resolution to Trump's presidency. He will be seen as the resolution to the problems presented by Trump. He/she will unify the world. He/she will be the new hope and the last of the big three. His/her mantra will be let love prevail. His/her presidential quote, you know how everybody got their quote, would be let love prevail or something along those lines. Now, if you combine the big three's mantra together, you get, yes, we can make America great again when we let love prevail. Okay? Love and acceptance. Yes, we can make America great again when we let love and acceptance and tolerance prevail. The last president will be the Antichrist. Okay? He will be the one that is totally against God. There are many Antichrists in the world, okay? But he will be the one that is the biggest abomination, that will be the most against God, okay? Okay? An Antichrist basically means anti-Christ, anti-Jesus. They stand against everything that God stands up for, okay? And that the people of God stands up for. This new president will be the Antichrist. Okay. Under Obama, we had a sense of unity, tolerance, and acceptance. Under Trump, isolation, separation, hate, chaos, disorder, and loss in faith in Christianity and the church. Okay. Under the last, global unification, acceptance via love and tolerance, unity of religions under this revealed false Messiah. Okay. The last president. Under the last president, we will have global unification, acceptance via love and tolerance, and unity of religions under a new false religion, which is what this new age is about. The new age religion is about initiating the false Messiah, okay? Initiating demons and all this stuff into the world. Now, what's to come? Let's talk about what's to come in these coming days. Okay. Okay. What's to come? The whole world will be united under one ruler, with one world government, under one religion, under one world order, okay, which is the new world order. The countries of North America will be united. USA, Canada, and Mexico, okay, they're all going to unite. Watch this. This is coming. I'm telling you. America, the United States, Canada, and Mexico will connect, okay, making one continental country, okay? The countries of Europe will connect. France, England, all of those countries will connect, okay? All the countries of Europe, Russia, all of them will connect, okay? The countries of Asia will unite. The countries of Africa will unite, and Australia will join along, okay? Once the countries unite, the New World Order Assembly will be formed, with each continent having a representative representing millions upon millions of people. This assembly will be a symbol of peace, but will actually be an agency that will be under the Antichrist, the false Messiah, and will help him/she control the people of the world. Okay? Which we'll get into the next sequence, which is population control. They want to control the population, okay? Control the people. Now, how would they do this? They already initiated this with the first they're gonna break down the people into those who are accepting of the new world order. Okay. Now once they got those who are accepting, right? Once they kill off the amount of people that they need to kill off, because they have a quota that they need to meet, they need to break down the number of the population of the world by a certain year in order for them to fully initiate. As a part of the initiation, they have to make a certain number of sacrifices in order to raise up the false Messiah. They have to, and bring demons into the world, they have to have had a certain number of sacrifices made in order to initiate the new world order. They have to bring down the population to a certain number. Okay. Now once they did that, which is they're doing that through the government, through cops killing people, restriction of certain things, the LGBT getting pushed with gays, which creating more diseases. We got all these different diseases just popping up. They are with the chemtrails, that's all ways to bring down the population. Now once they got the population under control, they're going to separate the population, okay, into districts, just like Hunger Game or Divergent when they had districts, right? That's how the world is going to be. It's going to be Hunger Games for real, y'all. I'm telling you. The world is going to be split into districts, okay? The people will be forced to live and work in districts where they can be easily monitored and governed by the government. Gates, walls, and domes will all be used to lock people in. And just like the wall, okay? Just like the wall is being built down, the border of Mexico in America. That is the first of many walls, okay? That's the first of many barriers, okay? Next step is massacre, okay? People will be killed for resisting the mark of the beast, okay? Refusing to obey to the new world order will ultimately lead to death, okay? Now, what is the mark of the beast? The RFID chip. The RFID chip, okay? That is the mark of the beast, okay? That is the mark that God wants us of. That will be placed in the hand between the thumb, okay? Between the thumb and the forefinger, okay? That is the mark that the Bible warns us about, okay? That mark symbolizes your acceptance of the new world order, your acceptance of God, of their God, the acceptance of the devil, That's you saying that you belong to the system, right? Now the RFID chip will be used as a tracking device, okay? It will hold all your information. It will allow the government to be able to track you, okay? It will eliminate money, eliminate paper currency, which is actually a part of the plan to force you into accepting it, okay? So many people are going to accept the RFID chip because they're going to establish it in multiple ways. Now, one way they're going to establish it is through the elimination of paper money. They're going to eliminate paper money, okay? They're going to make it so that you can't get paid for your services unless you have the RFID chip, because they're going to make all currency electronic, okay? Why do you think the dollar is constantly losing its value? And that's what they want. See, they make it seem like it's a big crisis, but that's really what they want. Because once they eliminate paper money and transfer everybody into this electronic currency, they can, which is able to be controlled more, right? Easier to be tracked. easier to manage the flow of that currency, that electronic currency, then it can really initiate the mark of the beast. Okay? We have another way they're going to initiate it is through fear mongering. Alright? Fear mongering. They're going to make you scared. Okay? They're going to make you fear that your bank account can get robbed, and they allow you to lose your identity theft and all that. They're going to make you scared and make you want to get connected to the circuit board. They're gonna make you want to get connected to the internet, to become one with the internet. Okay? Because they're gonna make it sense that physical things can be stolen, physical things can be lost, but you can't lose this. You know, the internet is here. You know, you can always access it from anywhere. They're gonna make you want to be a part of that. That's how they're gonna make you get the chip, through fear mongering. They're going to do it through the jobs, through elimination of money, through fear mongering, and through force, okay? And they're going to tell you that you can't work, that you can't get hired here unless you got the chip, okay? You can't go certain places unless you got the chip. They want to eliminate the passport. They're going to have all that in the chip, the ID cards. That's going to be in the chip. Social Security cards are going to be in the chip. Okay? Actually, Social Security was the first form of the beast. First form of the mark. It's the first brand. The government branding you. That's what a Social Security card number is. It's the first form. But that form, you really don't have a choice, because that was put on you as a child, as a baby. Now this, you have a choice whether or not to get this. Okay? And that choice will ultimately lead to your death. You got two deaths. You got spiritual death or physical death. Okay? Accepting the chip will automatically give you a spiritual death. Okay? You have a spiritual death as accepting that chip. God will no longer be with you. Okay? You will be refusing. You'll be going against God's word. Okay? And He's told you not to accept this chip. And He told you what the chip symbolizes, the mark of the beast. You will be praising the beast. Okay? But if you don't accept the chip, you will have a physical death. They will kill you. Okay? They will take you out of this world. They will say, in order to be a part of this world, you have to have the chip. Everyone is going to have the chip. Everyone. All over the world. Not just in America. All over the world. Okay? Now what's next? 5G. Okay, we keep hearing about 5G over here. Now what does 5G really mean? Okay? Now this 5G is a partner of the chip, okay? 5G. New communication towers will send out radiation and signals to control and track and even terminate citizens of the United World through the RFID chip. Okay? 5G will be used to control and track, like wireless, okay? You know, it's like the Wi-Fi of the chip, you know. It will turn people into wireless devices, like you become a wireless device. You'll be able to be tracked and monitored. The 5G will send messages to the chip. It was something I watched, right? A little short movie. And it, like the people that was locked inside this office building, right? And this militia had placed chips inside of their heads, right? And they told them that they have to kill each other. And if they don't kill each other, they're going to kill everyone via the chip that they placed inside them. And that's exactly how it's going to be. They're going to be killing people off through these chips. The chips is going to have um the chip is going to have a self-destruct sequence. Okay. They're going to be able to kill people off via the chip. This is all a part of transhumanism. Transhumanism is also in another agenda that's been being pushed for so long. We see it in movies, television, you know, everywhere. You see humans and technology becoming one. That's transhumanism. We see it with superheroes, humans with superhuman abilities, having the power of gods, you know. They're initiating the do it thou will, and they're continuing to separate people from God. They're initiating the you are a God. They're making you believe that you are a God with the New Age beliefs. You are a God. That's what superheroes are. They're transhumanism. They're humans with these godly powers. Then you have transhumanism on the humans connected with robots will initiate the acceptance of the RFID chip, right? Which is when you get RoboCop and Terminator, all this stuff, you know, humans mixing with technology. Which when you got that little robot girl, I mean the little robot, the first android or whatever, you know, people marrying their phones and stuff like that. You know, people marrying technology. They want to get you connected to social media. That's all a part of humans becoming one with technology, which is all meant to initiate the acceptance of the RFID chip. Okay. Everything plays into each other. You gotta look at the big picture, okay? Nothing is started, nothing just happens, okay? This is all planned out. Now what's next? What's next? But yeah, this is basically summary of the day. The next video I'm gonna be talking about a couple dreams that I had. You know, the best thing to do, just get right with God. Talk to God. Read your Bible. The Word will guide us through this. Okay. Turn to God. Okay. God is the only source of salvation. Okay. We must repent for our sins. Okay. We are living in a world full of abominations. This is the modern day Babylon, the modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. We are living in those towns. We are living in Egypt. We are living in a time where people are worshiping the sun. People are worshiping the devil. People are worshiping people. People are idolizing things that don't live. You know, people idolizing money. People are doing everything in their power to become one with the world and aren't using their human energy, the most powerful force on the planet, to connect with God. Okay? The world is using God's system to initiate abominations. Okay, we have the church pushing things that aren't of God. You know, you go to church sometimes and they don't even read the Bible. That's why it's best to have a relationship with God on your own. Because once you have a relationship with God on your own, you read the Bible for yourself instead of having it told to you. You form a relationship with God, and He will help you see what's real and what's fake. You know, He will help you see the falsehood that's all over this world. Okay, and He will bring you closer to people who see the world as you see it. You know, who believes in God, who uses His word, and who's searching after Him as well, such as you are. So the best thing to do is just turn to God. Okay? Now, I'm going to end this with a couple of scriptures. Numbers 14:16. Okay? Because you have turned away from the Lord, he will not be with you, and you will fall by the sword. Okay? If you turn away from God, he will not be with you, and you will fall. Okay? You will fall with this world. You will be destroyed along with the world. Numbers 15:10. But anyone who sins defiantly, whether blasphemes the Lord, and that person must be cut off from his people, because he has despised the Lord's words and broken his commands. That person must surely be cut off. His guilt remains on him. Numbers 14-16. How long will this wicked community grumble against me? I have heard the complaints of these grumbling Israelites. So tell them, as surely as I live, declares the Lord, I will do to you the very things I heard you say in this desert, and your bodies will fall. Okay? The more you speak against the Lord, okay? The more you go against God, the closer you are bringing yourself to a destiny of destruction. Okay? God is coming. He's coming to destroy the evils of this world, the wicked. You do not want to be a part of that. Okay? He's saving his people, and he's wiping out the rest. Okay? But in order for you to know when God's coming, you have to be one with his word. You have to read the Bible. You have to know. You have to be able to see the signs. You must love the Lord. And not only must you love him, you must put his word out there. Okay? You must let it be known that you love God. 1 John 3:18. Let us not love in the word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. Okay? Love God with your heart. Okay? And that's it. God bless you all. And stay woke.